Hello, everybody. Anybody out there? Okay, we'll wait a second and see what happens here. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Don't forget to say who you are and where you're from. So, welcome to the Scan and Cut box opening tonight. It's a fun box. We got some great stuff. Some of you already gotten your boxes, and just excuse the hair. I had a haircut today, and it didn't go well. All right, so let's get busy, right? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Rebecca. So we know our Scan and Cut. Our community is growing, which is great news, and so we're excited about that. And a Star from Michigan. We're getting ready for our Scan and Cut cruise to Alaska with Reen and Stephanie from Caesar Easy Weed. So that's going on. I'm going to Colorado. Hi, Robin. I'm not going to Colorado. I'm going to Dallas for a business meeting. That's what's happening. So as you can see, we got two set up. So let's cross our fingers it all works. Everybody can hear me okay. We're good. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Jennifer. Oh, we're first live. Thank you. Yay. You didn't miss anything, Vicki. You're good. Just me chatting. So it's fine. Hi, Deb. Okay, let's go see what's everything that's going on. What time is it? 6:01. I'll chat another second, and that's it before we get busy. So this box is all about using offset. And the offset tool, whether it's in your Scan and Cut or in Canvas Workspace, there's going to be a couple of different videos that are pre-recorded prior to the class. So Canvas Workspace will be recorded. Offset works with embroidery. I'm going to venture in there for a little bit. If you don't have embroidery, you don't have to watch the video. It's that simple. So even though this project is all about offset, I was like, what kind of projects are we going to make? So, of course, Jim and I put our heads together. We came up with some really cute things. So, hi, Karen. I'm glad you're here live, too. We try to send out reminders, so try to be better at it. All right, let's see what we got inside your orange tissue, which is going to be the new branding tissue. There's new branding tape coming soon. So, first thing out of the gate, nothing too exciting, is double-sided fusible Timtex, right? We're going to use this as our stabilizer, as our base project. You got a beautiful set of, hold on, charm squares from Benartex. These are 5x5 squares. There's 42 pieces in here. So you can see it's a nice assortment. We're going to celebrate kind of the red, white, and blue since we're going into July. You have a tray, a wooden tray, which I recommend you painting, right? So I painted mine white. You'll see that here in a minute. A little bit of sanding and some spray paint if you want to fancy it up a little bit. And then you have your papers, right? Your little tip sheet on what to do. And then this is your bonus gift. So it is I can't say the word Teflon, but I don't know how to say it without saying Teflon. So it is a non-stick iron shoe. Okay. So, hi, Barbie. So your iron the tip of your iron slips in here, and then this either goes through the handle, up and through the handle, or up and over. Since we're doing so many fusibles, I thought this would be a handy little gizmo to have. And if it doesn't fit your iron 100%, just for a little bit of time you're using fusibles, it's going to be fine. Stephanie, my girl from Caesar, I was just talking about you getting boxes and getting ready for the cruise. So, of course, you have your paperwork. You've got your double-sided fusible Timtex. You have your wooden tray and your charm square pack and your ironing shoe, your non-stick ironing shoe. Hi, Miss Vicki. How are you? So this whole thing can be played so many ways, as what's usually happening now with the Scan and Cut box. So those of you who sew in piece traditionally, you can use this as a project. Those of you who don't, you can just glue, hence the fusible Timtex, so you don't have to worry about that. And then once we made something, then we're like, oh, what else can we make? So Jim comes up with one more project. So we're excited about that. So the first thing, since you have your tray inside your box. So this is about cutting little pieces. We're going to be cutting little pieces with the rotary blade. Okay, so that rotary blade, if you don't have the rotary blade, you're going to want to really start your fabric well. Let me get all these out of here. When you make something that really fits, see if I can peel it off. Yeah. So these can be coasters, trivets, whatever you want to do with them. So this particular one, see there's no raw edges. This was made using the offset. So the little pieces were cut of the Timtex, pieces of fabric were cut with the offset. So you can make this finished coaster, right? So it's very easy. It's a no-sew. It's just a fusible deal. And you have so much fabric. You can make as many coasters as you like. And you can see they fit perfectly in your little box. So there's a couple other options. This is no offset and just frozen. Oh my gosh, Amy, just fused on. No, the boxes were not cut with your scan and cut. The Timtex, right? The fusible Timtex was cut and the fabric was cut. And this is just one piece of Timtex. It's been, the pieces were fused onto. So depending on your skill level and how much energy you want to put into it, it is totally up to you. I don't know where the sewn ones are. So I have a couple that are sewn, right? And whatever fabric configuration you pick, up to you. That's the cool part. And then I have a couple that I actually kind of sewed a decorative stitch on top of the pieces. So that is yours, but you can make a ton of them. See, there's what, one. So there's 5 of them in here. You probably could put 6 in there. And it's a nice way to keep them. So yes, if you're a sewer, you can sew them. So Jim made this little pin cushion, the same block. Because the way the offset is done, they can be pieced like a traditional quilt block. So you have that option as well. And then he just used the scraps in the back to fill up the, there we go, just to make it. And then he added some piping. And then we have some walnut shells in there. So you can make a nice weighted pin cushion. So this is using offset for quilt block. And then when you take your 5 squares, you can make a tissue box cover. And again, this was all fused. Hey, Carol. So again, if you're not a sewer, it's no big deal. You're just a scan and cut crafter. And then the insides were just covered out of the scraps left over. And then the perfect hole. The perfect hole. And this fits over a tissue box. I shouldn't say the word Kleenex either. So tissue box. So it's another project. But this is all about offset, right? So in your downloads, right, are doing the basics, right? Piecing basics. And this is probably 20 pages, thanks to Jim. This is how to make your coaster tray liners. So we broke the PDF into pieces too. How to make your coasters. And that is an Ohio Star, by the way. How to make your tissue box cover. And pin cushion. Everything's there. You're right, Vicki. Endless possibilities that you can do with your scan and cut. But it all started out learning about offset. And what is an offset? So let's say we have this little triangle here. They really fit in this coaster box, by the way. So let's just say this one here, this square. This is the actual cut size. If I want an offset, I tell it how much I want to add to the cutting line, like a seam allowance. Okay. So this uses no offset here. The ones that wrapped around had an offset. The piece had an offset. And then I'm going to show you in Canvas Workspace how to do the offset, on your machine. Of course, we'll get that in your lesson. And I'm also going to show you, have you seen Reen from Embroidery Garden do those name tags where she does the name and then she does the offset on vinyl? It's kind of the same thing. I'm going to show you how to do that and then bring it into your embroidery software and create an applique with it. So it's super easy with that. So Vicki said, is there more than one? I think they're all the Ohio Star, Vicki, but let me shake them out and look. We could have been playing around, but I don't think so. Because cutting small pieces, we also know is challenging. So that's the other thing we want to touch base with. No, I think they just look markedly different because of the fabrics. So this is the one that is folded, right? There's no raw edges. So this was cut, the tiny pieces of Timtex, tiny pieces of fabric with an offset, right? So this was the original idea. But no, they're all Ohio Stars. They just look so different because the fabric is what makes them look different. I think the different values in the corners. So we only did one because of the work involved, like to create another one. And that's the same with the tissue box. It's the same Ohio Star, but then the oval was cut out for your tissues. So again, all the same. It just is amazing how different it looks. Yep. So you're going to, again, you have your little non-stick ironing shoe to protect yourself when you're doing these small pieces with your iron. You get your beautiful wooden tray. I recommend just sand it a little bit. I just spray painted mine with Krylon paint from Michaels, just simple spray paint. And then you have 42 5-inch squares that you can use them any way you want. Your fusible Timtex is in there. Your tip sheet is in there. And what we're doing and any extra supplies and things you need. We use the rotary blade because the fabric was untreated. So if you don't have a DX model and a rotary blade, you're just going to start yours. Or again, you can put Wonder Under or Steam Seam or something on there if you really want to kind of double fuse them down. So I don't know if Jim's in here. He was going to pop in, but I don't see him. Let's see, I'm just going through the comments real quick. Oh, Carolyn says one of them has a piece in a different way. Well, girlfriend, that is all on you because it's the number one reason why I don't quilt. I don't like pit puzzles. I don't like all those little pieces. I can if I'm forced to, but not going to happen. Hey, PJ. So PJ is in the house. And just review, you have several sets of directions. These you have to download the PDFs. It'd be another £2 if we shipped these in there. But every segment, there's something, right? There'll be a separate video just on doing the offset and the download Canvas workspace. There'll be a separate video on how I take it into embroidery, right? So not everybody has embroidery software, nor does anybody care to do it. So that'll be a separate video. And then next Tuesday is the live class. I will be traveling, but I'm going to try to jump in with Jim. There he is. Jim, or what did it say? Jim said there was one pattern used, but you have a lot of possible variegations with the fabric and the charm pack. Yeah, that's what I said to Jim. So next Tuesday, I'm not sure how it's going to work. You may get Jim and I tandem. I'll be in Dallas, so I should be able to hop on. I don't think I have any evening engagements, but it's Central Time, so who knows? So Carolyn said this one's jam-packed. I'm glad you liked it, Carolyn. I know. We were excited. So Serger box is for July is packed also. Hey, Brenda. All right. Anybody have any questions? Those of you who are watching that don't get the Scan and Cut Create box, you can join anytime and get just the class. Or if you get on the wait list for the class and the box, we'll be opening up, I think in July, to add some new members. I have to be careful. So I'm not even sure, Jim, what are we even doing next month? July 1st. Yes, you can. July 1st, you can join the ScanNCut box again. If you, those of you out there just lurking, I don't know. We talked about something. We try to stay ahead of the game. So I'm sure it's written down somewhere. Just my feebleness is not remembering at the moment. So anyhow, anybody have any questions? Yeah, Vicki, I know it's hard to kind of belong to all of them. It's hard. Tea-towel applique is open. The embroidery this month for those cactuses are so cute. I use the new Embellish software from Dime, and they are 3D fluffy flowers. Just super cute. Super cute. All right, for those of you who are out there and stay up all night watching TikTok like me, you can find me on TikTok as Amy Sews if you want to follow along, tell your friends and family what's going on. So I can start to go live there. So Sandy said she's never worked with Timtex. Fast Diffused, Timtex. It has a couple different names depending on the manufacturer. It's real stiff. And I love it when I make fabric bowls. Sometimes when I want a flat placemat, sometimes I understand these super fluffy placemats because when you put your glass on it, it falls over. So Fran, I'm glad you jumped into Snoop, girl. It's fine. Your surgery's getting to be taken care of at Zach's Spa. Some of the boxes are going out tomorrow. The rest of the boxes are going out tomorrow, Gail. But that's where we are. So I know what we're doing next month in the Serger. It's all about maintenance. It's a great time to join if you're a newbie because we're just going through so much care, maintenance, the basics, all the pieces and parts and what you need to know so everything makes sense. There's my girl, Joanne. A couple weekends ago, I got to spend some time with her doing a retreat, which was so much fun. So go check her out. Let's go sew with Joanne Benko. She's has a great blog over there. Yes, Joanne, it's a beautiful box. I'm excited about it. So we did good. We did good. We know what the let's see, this is June, July. We know what the September Serger box is, but I'm sure we know somewhere what the August ScanNCut box is. Hey, Denise. Vicki, did we do anything with patches? We have not done anything with patches because it's embroidery intense. And we have a lot of ScanNCutters that don't have embroidery, but you know what? That's a good idea for me just to do a little tip thing and put it out there. I'm always looking for something to do and talk about stabilizers and embroidering and cutting patches. Most of the time, the patches are applique in the hoop, unless you're talking about something else. So Jean asked, does the ScanNCut box increase in difficulty? The answer is no. We started that way, doing a progression, but we have so many people jump in and out. So the answer is no. Some things are easier, and then sometimes we go hard, difficult, maybe is the right answer. But we break it down in such little pieces that it's very tackleable, or you can just take a portion of that class and use it and not have to do the whole thing. I'm trying to think what we did that was really hard that one time. People were like, oh my gosh. But it was rewarding. I'll put it to you that way. So we never do something that not everybody can do. I want everybody to have the supplies to do everything. So that's kind of where we're at. Deb says she's up all night sewing instead of doing TikTok. Well, that's fine, but at home I have no sewing anything. No. So Vicki said she's doing a bunch of patches for church camp. I know you're always learning, Vicki, right? So as soon as I think we're going to run out of things to do, something new, there's always something to do, right? Or tackle a different substrate, or it's not always about fabric, but I know you guys like working with fabric. So that's kind of where we are. That's right, Joanne. This is the perfect thing. That's why I always say the more you know, the more you sow. Just because if you don't push yourself through, it's tough, right? You just have to. So Doris wants to know, what is the best patch attach? I know Dime sells a double adhesive for making patches, but I cannot think for the life of me. And also, July 16th, we're doing another Dime event, but it's all about t-shirts and embroidering on t-shirts. So that's on, I posted on the Facebook group. To register, it's free. And then you go to amybachman.com. It's on the front page there. Bunny loves the iron shoe. I know. That's before they made those, long before we had non-stick soles on our irons, right? But I prefer a stainless iron sole because it's hotter. It's a little easier to get a good press with it. But they're all going on, all the store irons, because everybody makes a hot mess with our irons. Oh, Carolyn, I'm glad, that makes me feel good, because sometimes we don't get any feedback. And sometimes I'm like, is it good? Not good? I don't know. But please always post. I appreciate it so much. And I want to know if it's stinky too. I mean, I can't fix something if it's stinky and not, not what do you want to call it? Not good. I want to know. And I know the boxes aren't always for everybody, and I get that a lot, but it's always about the process, not the project. So that's my whole theory. Okay. You know what? I think, Doris, you may have to do a little finagling, right, to make it fit. Let me open this. But you have these little holes that you can, and this is stretchy, like bungee cordy. So you probably could lash it on if you needed to. That's where we're at. But I don't know what it fits. It fits 3/4 of the big irons we have at the store. But the Panasonic cordless is a little smaller, so it's probably going to be perfect for that, actually. All right. Are we all good? Everybody good? Super duper. So next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, Jim will be live. I will attempt to join him from Dallas. Hi, Yvonne. I'm going to go down there and melt in that crazy heat down there. So we'll see what happens. When you go to Texas, it's 120 on the outside and -10 on the inside. So you never know how many clothes you got to take on and off every time you go in and out of a door. So, all right, everybody, have a terrific night. I appreciate y'all joining me, because the more you know, the more you sow. Hey, and don't forget to, send them out and little things, and, tell your friends and neighbors. All right, everybody, have a good night.